What's going on, guys? MDLP from the Battle Axe, the strongman gym in Miami, where strength is everything. So I've been asked, not a lot, but recently, obviously, about cutting weight. I've made a couple videos about it, but I really can't find them. I guess I've made several videos of bullshitting, but I can't find the weight cut videos. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I do, what I've always done. I was a Muay Thai fighter for about 4 years, and then I just stopped cutting weight for a couple years, and then I started again when I started competing in strongman and powerlifting. As far as I'm concerned, I've cut weight only about 12, 13 times in my life, which isn't a lot, but it isn't a little bit either. And I've done a lot of practice runs too, so, close to 20 times over the last, I'd say, 7, 8 years of my life. So here's a couple things. Cutting weight isn't the best thing for you. When done properly, it's not as bad as it can be. But in the long run, losing a drastic amount of weight and then refeeding isn't the best thing for your body, just based on the shock. And I'll tell you that from experience. When I was a fighter, I used to cut the weight rather drastically. I used to cut about 18 pounds in the last week. I've cut as much as 15 to 20 in a day. But that was a long time ago, and I was a lot younger. And probably a little bit more motivated to cut that much. I've since switched those methods and kind of perfected it in the way that I like to do it. So I'll get down to a couple things. This is mainly for the strongman athlete. It does not mean that it doesn't work for any other sport. There are some guys out there that can fucking drop 25 in a day. There are some guys that can drop much more than that. They're probably just doing really well. This is a way that works for me at all times, whether you're cycling or you're clean or not. This is just a method that's worked for me throughout my years. So what I like to do is that I like to start the weight cut about 4 weeks out. Now, weight cut is just a general term for me. It's just not being a fat fuck. So when I was a fighter, I was always eating clean and healthy, and it's just I just cut my carbs out. When I'm a strongman in powerlifting, because I do want to enjoy life, I will have pizzas from time to time, ice cream, hamburgers, all that good shit. So what I do is that I stop those foods about 4 weeks out for the most part. I might enjoy a beer here or there, or go out to eat and just have whatever I want. But my diet starts to clean up. I don't cut my carbs down, I don't cut my fats down, and my protein never changes. About 2 weeks out, or 12 days, I always like to start on the Monday before the next week. So like about 12 days off from competition is when I start to get very, very serious. I need to have that Sunday before my last ritualistic meal. I might have steak or hamburger or pizza, something that I really, really enjoy. So I start Monday relatively heavy because I enjoy the bloat throughout my training cycle. On that Monday, I start to control my carbs. So I start to drop them 4 or 5 weeks out. I start to drop them about 30 to 40 a week, 30 grams, 40 grams a week. Just so the time that I get to closer to the weight cut, it's not a super drastic drop. It's not a crazy drop to my body. But that week before, 12 days out, I cut them down pretty low. Then I up my fats. Now, to keep it very simple, so I don't get too much into the macros and all that shit, if you're not too interested in that, if you are interested in what I cut as far as macros and everything, feel free to message me or email me what I'm on or whatever. But all I stopped doing is I stopped eating shit. I stop eating carbs only before, during, and after my workouts. Now that last week, since I'm pretty much done with all my strength training, I just up the volume. I do heavy and then a lot of volume and a lot of accessory work. I'll add a lot of body weight workouts, some prowler pushes, some rowing, sled pulls. If I feel good, some jump ropes, some battle ropes. That's funny. To increase just more caloric, usage. So. And then my intake is controlled. I just don't eat as much crap, and then I'll eat maybe like a cup of rice when I'm done, and then feel good, and wake up and might do some morning cardio, which is very important for me that week before. By cardio, I mean a walk, rowing, sled push, sled drag, something very light in the body. The Monday before competition, I should be down around 10 pounds. Most guys who are in the middleweight class are not super, super ripped. Not all of them. By all means, there's some fucking mean motherfuckers out there. But if you're carrying a little bit of body weight, I like to start the weight cut further out. Body fat, sorry. I like to start the weight cut further out. So If you're very lean, if you're a lean person, you can drop that weight rather drastically because your muscle holds so much fucking water. If you're a fatter guy like me, you have the muscle mass, but you also have fat. So you can't just, you have to start to cut the fat early on and stop being all that bloat and that gushiness. So again, this is what's worked for me. I hope it works for you in that sense. So that Monday, after that weekend, I might do a couple extra hours of cardio, whatever. But most strongmen will stop training about 6-7 days out, which is what I do. So then that Monday and Sunday, my diet becomes perfect. Chicken is baked or boiled. I use very little salt to no salt. The Saturday before competition, I sodium overload. A lot of salt, soy sauce, etc. And that Sunday, I start to cut it down to nothing. Very little. Monday, again, I start to eat clean. Sodium's under control. No more carbs at this week. Very little. And by carbs, I mean not like rice and stuff like that. I still have vegetables and fruit occasionally. If I'm feeling really down or just really, shitty, I might have a scoop of peanut butter. Things like that. Maybe like low, like chocolate covered almonds that are very low in calorie. I drink diet sodas. They prevent me from getting the munchies or having like a need to eat something sweet. And those kind of things really help me kind of stay focused. That Monday and Tuesday up, if I feel that I'm high on my weight, maybe by a pound or two, I might do light cardio, along like some high intensity rowing or a prowler push, nothing crazy to kill my legs. And then your weight will start to drop. Not drastically, maybe a pound or two a day, which is great. If you're about 10 to 12 pounds overweight the week of competition, you're on the right track. By Thursday, which is the day that I start to cut my water and food out, I'm about 5 to 7 pounds above weight, maybe. Sometimes even closer if I'm really on point. 24 hours from weigh-in, I don't drink water, I don't eat food. That's just the way I do it. 24 hours out, I cut out water, I cut out food. The 2 days before that cutout, I'm drinking 2 gallons of distilled water a day. Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 gallons, 2 gallons. Thursday, before the 24 hours before the weigh-in, no more food, no more water. That's it. Most of the time, I don't need to jump in a sauna. I don't need to do the hot baths. But having that no water, no food, and drinking those distilled gallons of water continuously make your body urinate. So you probably pee well into the middle of the day on Thursday. If you feel like you're about 4 or 5 pounds heavy, you're going to be fine. So you will wake up Friday morning about 2 pounds lighter, and if you're about 3 pounds above, by all means, either sauna in the morning or hot bath, or that night before. I like to be about a pound, maybe a pound and a half or 2 above weigh-in weight the night before I weigh in. 1 pound is perfect, 2 pounds is just fine. You will burn those off the night before or overnight. So if you're good on weight and you feel good and you're on weight early, by all means, I like to sip BCAAs. I might have light fruit like grapes. That's about it, green grapes. And that's it. And that's the way that I've normally cut about an average of 18 to 25 pounds in 12 days. Some guys cut it at the last day. I'm getting older. I'm 30 years old. I'm not old, but I'm also not 21 or 23 or 24. So the weight cuts have to be a little bit more methodical and have to be thought out a little further ahead, about 4 to 6 weeks before I start cleaning up my diet, etc., etc., etc. So obviously, when I like to practice weight cuts. I used to practice about like once or twice a year, just practice, see how my body reacts. I no longer have to do that. This is the method that's been working for me. So I know it's a lot of information. I hope that you guys got what you can from that, because it does take a while. I'm downloading Assassin's Creed right now, so it's taking forever. So it does take its toll in the sense of mentally, but I don't feel as drained. I don't feel terrible. I do have black coffee, no sugar, that kind of stuff to kind of keep the headaches down. I hydrate like a motherfucker. You should be peeing all the time. In fact, here's my gallon of distilled water. This is working on my my half. I had half of this morning, one left over. This is working on the other one. So just be methodical about it. and keep yourself busy. I play video games when I cut weight. It keeps my mind away from being grumpy. So hope this helps. Kind of a long video. If you have any questions, by all means, feel free to message me if you're getting specific. Again, this is what works for me. This has worked for me at, I don't know my body fat percentage, but definitely I cut from about 253, 254 down to 231 within 12 days comfortably. It's kind of shitty, but it's comfortably. And then I just start earlier on. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope this helps. Cheers.